All of them. I mean, we're just in the formative stage right now. We're just not complete in any area yet. So we're just kind of introducing, concepts and trying to get better at our base concepts first before you can add layers. So I think the thing that's a challenge is how quickly can we add layers? And so we have to get really good at the base first, and then that will allow us to hopefully be able to play multiple ways, scheme multiple ways. But the base part of that is we're kind of still there. We haven't been able to add layers yet.
Countdown to Craziness is obviously an exciting event, and you guys played against your men's team. What did you take away from that little short-sided scrimmage? There were some moments where you guys were really pushing the ball and got stops on the defensive court.
I think my biggest takeaway was we didn't play as hard as we need to be able to win. So we watched film and we talked about that. There's a baseline level of effort that you have to play with in order to earn wins. And I didn't think that we did that for whatever reason, right? So we just talked about how special it is to put on a Duke jersey, and when you put one on, how hard you should play. Hopefully, the next time we put a Duke jersey on, we'll play with a little bit more effort.
Ashland and T obviously aren't here today, but their backcourt experience, their energy for the team. How much will you lean on them aside from Lee and Toby who have been here for a couple years?
Yeah, we're definitely going to rely on our veterans. It's nice to have two senior guards that have an understanding of what it takes to win. I have a lot of trust and belief in T and Ash and the players that they are, the people that they are. I have a lot of confidence in them. So they definitely are part of the group that's leading the way for us in practice, and their energy, their communication, their basketball IQ, all of that is really high on both ends. And we're going to need them to play like you would expect a senior guard to play, right? Like senior guards that have been starters, that have won a lot of games. You would expect them to lead you, and that's the expectation we have for T and Ash.
Coach, you mentioned the height. This is one of the taller teams that you've had. What advantage is that going to give you this year? How do you see that kind of helping to, manifest itself in the way the season could possibly play out?
I can only tell you what I think will happen with the length. I don't know for sure. We'll see how we play games. I do think we'll have a little bit more rim protection than we've had in the past. Ariana, who's a freshman, 6'4.5", 6'8" wingspan, and athletic. And so we hadn't quite had a center like her. We had good size with Kennedy Brown and Camilla Emsbo a couple seasons ago, but not this level of athleticism. So I think we'll look a little different at the rim in terms of rim protection. I think we'll probably play more double forward lineups this year would be my guess. We played a lot of 4-guard lineups last year because we have a lot of talented forwards. Want to try to get them on the floor in combination as much as possible. And then I hope it makes it really hard to get quality shots off against us. I mean, in theory, length would make a challenge or a contest just that much more difficult in the post or even a three-point shot. And our guards have great size as well. So that's what I hope the length does for us defensively, but we'll have to wait and see.
Some teams obviously have to rebuild their rosters in the offseason, but you guys have so many regulars back. How big a plus is that?
Yeah, I think the continuity piece is helpful, certainly to have experience. I have 2 senior guards and, to have a junior class that's been here and been in the battles. They all know what I'm talking about and introducing concepts. They know the terminology, so that's helpful. And, it's pretty awesome as a coach to get into your 3rd and 4th year coaching a player. The relationships that you have, and you're able to just get to different places with them because of the foundation you've established in the earlier years. And so I enjoy that. I enjoy coaching juniors and seniors that have played with me the whole time. There's a great connection there with the players.
Coach, you mentioned Ariana a couple seconds ago and how she's going to be more of a true center. how has it kind of been from, I mean, obviously redshirting with a knee injury last year? How is her, one, how is her kind of recovery on the court looked? And two, how has she kind of applied the concepts that she had a full year to learn last year to kind of her on-court play this year?
So she has an understanding of the terminology because she heard it a lot last year, but it's a lot different to be on the court and it's coming at game speed and really fast because she's never played a college game. So even though she was with us last year, she never got her feet wet playing. But she's acclimating very nicely. She's working her way back and practicing with us, and we're trying to be smart with her load just because she is coming off an injury.
Can we expect a minutes restriction early on in the season?
That's a month away.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about anything like that. But she's doing well. She hasn't had any setbacks.
Okay.
And she's competing at a high level for us.
And kind of in a similar vein on Riley, after redshirting last year.